This here is the barracks that we're in Oakland. All the bunks, as far as you could see, that's where we stayed until we were shipped out. There's a San Francisco Bay. I think that's Alcatraz over there. Now this Mount Hood.
Oh, yeah.
So right here, one of those going up.
Where's Mount Hood?
Huh?
Where's Mount Hood? Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh, really?
Now this is in Tokyo. We landed, and we were there for 3 days. This was Camp Zama.
You can roll along here, place to sit down.
I'm gonna once I finish this.
Oh, here we are, Camp Alpha in Vietnam. Now we're getting shipped, going up to the 1st Army Division. So all our bunker, all our gear and stuff is there. Tent City. It's the main highway. Well, out through this is where they were. All little hooches all along the side there. The USO down in Siagon. We got to go down there quite a bit. All the guards, the MPs.
Where's Siagon?
This was the capital of Vietnam, South Vietnam.
You were close to that city?
Fairly close, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the Siagon River there when all the ships would be in there. This is from up on one of the buildings that we go.
How often would you go into town like that, or into the city?
I maybe got in there maybe 3 times over the whole year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you get there?
On the Deucin House. You'll see down here. We could buy stuff.
Yeah, I know what those are. No, I don't know what those are.
And they didn't like, the civilians didn't do anything when they saw you? They were fine with you walking around?
No, they didn't bother you, but you always had to be on guard. This is all the city.
Yeah.
The Siagon. Now, they're building that building here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that staging that they had was made of bamboo.
Oh.
How would you go up there, Michael?
I don't know. Bamboo's probably stronger than some of the stuff that we climb on, so.
Oh, the rickshaws and the guys, if there's water, they'd be washing. This is down at the harbor, and the boats are in there.
That looks like a military.
Yeah. Yeah, right there's a big ship. See how nice and clean the water is? They would bathe in it, they'd wash their clothes in it, and they'd use it for their toilet. Everything, all into one place.
Oh, look
Who's
at that
that guy?
guy.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay, now those pictures, the pictures that I took earlier, that taller white building up on top, that's where we would go up there.
What was up there?
It was a bar. You could go up there and just hang out up there.
Just talk.
Yeah. This is the little boats that they take them across the river. Okay, this is our base camp here in Benoit. That's the kitchen.
Nice kitchen. Was your dad cooking that kitchen?
Yeah. They were clearing the area so they could build up a company. They're going to be building up a
Because you were there early, Dad, right? So this is before all the bases were like
Oh yeah,
made
we
and
were
stuff.
making them. We were guarding them.
So what year was this?
66,
What month?
January,
January?
February. From January on, these are all January, all July. In 66, I was there from January to December. This is what we would do. We'd set up these ponchos to sit under to get out of the sun, and we would guard. Our infantry guys would be on the out perimeter, watching, and we would go inside. I never had to go out on the perimeters. I did on patrols, but like this year, we just kind of in the middle, and they were
You
working.
did do patrol, Dad, or you didn't?
Hi.
Did you have to do patrol on them?
Oh yeah.
You did.
Oh yeah. I was out.
But you didn't carry a weapon.
No. I carried my medical supplies. They blew a dead up, one that didn't go off, so then they blew it. Hear that? There's a trench digger. That thing would dig the hole for your foxholes, the trenches, and then that dirt then was put in the sandbags. There we are.
It's a nice watch.
Who's that little guy?
Yeah,
It's a nice watch.
yeah.
It stands out, doesn't
Right?
it?
This guy was dust, covered with dust. He was running a dozer all day. It was just dust. Oh boy, there we go. That's our toilet. That's where we
Looks like you burned it versus burying it, huh?
Yeah.
Ready, you want to point? He wants to point to something.
Where?
Okay, that there is where you did your numbers in there. And out there, those piles, those things that are burning,
Are there?
yeah, those were 55-gallon drums cut in half. They were put on in the rear,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the cover went on, and it had 6 holes that you sit on and go. And then every day, it was the medic's job is you had to go in there and take that cover off, pull these out, pour some diesel fuel and stuff in there and get it burning and burn the stuff off.
That was your job?
Yeah,
What? These are
that's
all...
a shower. That's a shower. They'd fill those up in the morning, and the sun would heat it up, so at evening, you probably could get a halfway decent shower.
And that's another one back there, too?
Yeah, and now this green thing in the middle, up here further, yeah, that was a shield around where you urinated. They took the canisters that the big rounds came in, they dug them in the ground, and that's where you peed in.
What if you were short?
Well,
You hung out the bottom.
You have to figure it out.
yeah. This was after. That's when we get washed up in the morning or whatever we did. He was our radio operator. The RTO was a radio operator. We had been out for 10 days. We come back. There we are. Never got those clothes clean.
You'd go out, like, where were you? Out, like,
In the
fighting?
boonies.
You'd be out fighting.
Yeah, we were out there tracking, doing something, doing a search. Yeah,
You have a little beard going on there.
yeah. Oh, then the next day, go to town.
Oh, then you go.
Everybody get cleaned up.
Yeah,
Did you get a day off when you came back?
a lot of times they give, yeah.
That's like, you go from being out on full alert to just go in town and hang out.
Yeah, this is it. We're driving
Little
down.
things.
We're going down the road here. This is our main highway in the Siagon. There's the kids at school. We're driving down. You're on a deuce and a half, and you got the driver and a shotgun with one rifle. That's it. And there's about 15 of us in the boat in the truck.
Nowadays, they would just put a...
Yeah, those are ATVs, all-terrain vehicles. I think those are the Gooks. No, those are the Army guys. There's a pagoda. Going into Siagon.
Say something.
Yeah, okay, this is a river. Now see the way the hooches are all right along the river? And how low that river is. That's a tidal thing. But that water was used for, it was all-purpose water.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's what you wrote in. That's a.
Yeah,
What do you call that?
a deuce and a half. It was a 2.5 ton truck. Now,
That's so crazy because you guys are just all out in the open like that.
oh sure, we were sitting ducks.
Yeah.
Now the guy that's behind us,
Friends.
in that rickshaw, in that motorcycle,
This?
yeah, you see down the side the white things?
Those
Yeah.
chickens?
Those are chickens and dead. They had to take them to the market. Nothing refrigerated. This is up there on that.
At that bar.
Yeah, up there.
Styling.
You're looking spiffy.
This is looking down at the city then.
Was it just an American bar, like for service? It was part of the USO, or this
No, it wasn't Jewish. It was,
This was just a
Yeah.
Vietnam bar.
oh yeah, when you think back about what we did, we're lucky we didn't get killed.
Well, this is amazing. We were
Did anybody-
hanging out with the enemy, basically.
No.
You didn't
this
know
is
what the
South-
enemy was
Oh,
then.
South Park, so,
Oh.
but you didn't know. They
That's
would
a
cross
that's a
over.
good point. You didn't know who the enemy was
You
at
didn't.
that point.
During the day, they're friendly, everything. At night, they're
Yeah.
out there shooting you. It was not good for fire when these places got on fire. This is the city. This is a place where we'd meet. The trucks would be down there. Now that girl on the right, she's carrying, that's pineapple
On her head.
and sugar cane.
Oh yeah, look at them all.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had all kinds of transportation.
What is that?
I don't know what he's got. See, they're walking around with that stuff on their head.
Now those guys are in uniform. They're.
Some of them are working, yeah. There's a police officer. These little kids said they wanted to go back with you. They were getting attention and they wanted to go with you. That guy got into a fight. You see the guy on the right there walking with the police, the MP, he got hit in the head. Caught.
He was a service guy.
Yeah. Coming back to get on the trucks to go back to the.
Would they get all? Everybody get all boozed up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they go to the.
Did you?
Nope.
You wouldn't tell
They,
me.
they do that or they find out. The kids would be around there, you want boom, 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 boom. These guys would go in there and that's what they did.
Oh, kids.
They were the kids, they'd line them up. They'd be out in the street attracting you to come to their place where they could have a short time.
Oh.
They were
But the
kids.
kids would do it?
No, the kids wouldn't. They had the young kids would get.
Oh,
They
okay.
would.
Good lord.
They were out soliciting.
I was getting nervous. That probably did happen too. But.
Sure. This was through there. This is interesting. I got a picture here. We're out protecting them, and they're up here in the school here. Here's the Vietnamese people. We're all hanging around there, and we're out in the field fighting for them.
Oh, and they didn't have to go out and fight.
Maybe they had a break.
See, now it's full.
Oh, same picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And this is Highway 1 going out of Siagon.
That looks pretty good.
Yes, some of it was just a big cement factory.
So, like, did this part of Vietnam ever get damaged?
Yeah, some of it did, yes.
It did eventually.
Oh, there's a 123. Gonna go out on a trip. Okay, now I went with a new camera that took half slides. So 36 exposure film I would get 72 pictures out of it. And that's why these are smaller, but we're gonna go on an operation. There's the Huey.
And they let you take pictures of this. That's
Oh, so, yeah.
amazing.
This is out, set up, wherever we are, gotta. There they are, flying around. That could have been a gunship. All the dust as they land. There they are loading up. They always loaded up. There was always 10 troop carriers to 2 gunships. And you would end up, you'd have one here and one here. And back like that, that's the way they would be. So we're getting on one here. You can see the shadow of the prop of the blade. And on the other side is the other chopper. Never shut the doors. There we are up in the air now. I'm taking these pictures with the door open.
But it was hot there, right?
Yeah, oh,
It was very hot there.
yeah. All set?
I think so.
Yeah. But that's what we did. Oh, here we are. That's what we go into. That's the jungle. Part of it, this way here. Yeah. That guy didn't make it.
He was an American?
No, it was a gook. It was a Kong.
Was the gooks the good guys or the bad guys?
They were the bad guys.
So you didn't. What did you carry with you? Just medical supplies?
Medical supplies, a big thing of medical supplies. 4 canteens of water. Ammo pouches filled up with bandages. And one was, I carried that camera so I could take pictures. Yeah.
And did you have like a different uniform or anything?
No,
No. Like a band or anything?
no. I had, they would get, if they could have proof that they killed, wounded me, they got more money than they did for the infantry guy, because the infantry guy can just be replaced. A medic is the one that patches everybody up. So they wanted to get us first.
Specialty.
So what they would do is, if we hollered for medic, hey doc, come on up. That's what they would do, and they would howl it out. They could say that as good as an American. And they would say that, and if you got up and go, then they know who the medic was, and they'd shoot at you. So you never moved if somebody hollered medic. You waited till it was passed down the line. The guy in front of you would say, send doc up, send doc up. Then you would go. But if they hollered it, you didn't move. And this was going through the jungle.
So did the guys try to protect you often?
Oh yeah.
They
were. If I didn't like the way you looked at me, I'd tell them they'd go and rub you out. You wouldn't. Nothing would be said. Oh yeah.
Initially, did they think you were? Like,
Yeah, they questioned me, but our first operation,
because you weren't
we had
carrying.
one of our guys was killed, and I did what I was supposed to do and everything. From that point on, didn't matter. He's doc. You leave him alone. He takes care of us,
And then
and
they
they
questioned anything.
They protected me the whole time.
Did
Yeah.
any of the medics carry weapons?
Some did, yeah.
Some did.
Yeah. Yeah. There we are. They were in a holding pattern or something and set up a little hammock.
And did they make you medic because you didn't want to carry, or did you because you had experience?
Automatic. See, conscientious objectives would automatically go into the medical area.
Did you have any experience doing anything like that?
Nope, I was on the ambulance, but
Yeah.
back then it was bag and drag.
Now that means exactly what that means, right?
We don't need further clarification.
This year getting up for another trip.
Do you think like the art, like, do they know you like took like these shots and like, I think it's like amazing, like, you know, even carrying the dead Vietnam guy, like
This is flying.
You know, when
classified stuff, like they probably wouldn't.
right?
This here's a water purification set up they had by the river. And all the other companies and
Yikes.
place would come down there and get it when they purify the water. All that smoke off in the distance was a B-52 bombing raid.
The mountain.
Yeah. That is the mountain. I don't know if I got another picture of it, but I believe that was the mountain up where Roger was. And that's where we were up there when they were going to try to go up that mountain. And we were there as backups, and that's when I got to see Roger at the end of the year. But this was earlier in the year. That looks like a rubber tree plantation. Now through there, these guys are walking around. You just didn't know.
You know what side they were on?
What's that?
You didn't know what side they were on?
Yeah, you didn't know what side. Here's a family in there. You know, it was crazy. Okay, we spent a day going through the Michelin rubber plantation. That some advisors were killed.
Wait a second. Michelin, like Michelin tire?
Yeah,
Michelin tire?
Yeah.
They had a plantation there in
Yeah.
Vietnam?
Yeah.
Okay.
we went out there and they recovered them. And those body bags there are their bodies, remains of them that we've had to go out to get.
They were Americans.
American officers. When they dug them up, their hands were what was left of them. The skull. There was rope around their arms, behind their back, and a hole through their head, the skull, where they killed them. And we've had to get them and then ship them back. And then we walked. There was a whole day trip to walk out there and to get it and come back. And then they would burn it.
They burned the plantation?
Yeah, they burned some of them. We get burned, yeah. Here we are coming back. That's where we were sitting there.
Why did they burn it then?
I don't know. I don't know if we did or they cut down the things, what it was, but they were destroying everything.
When you were out there, that's when they would just come by and just spray the Agent Orange then?
Well, they could be spraying. We're flying around. They could be flying
Anytime.
anytime. You never knew.
What kind of firearm was that? Do you know?
Oh, that was an M16.
M16? Is that what they were issued? Is that what everybody got mostly?
They got them eventually, yeah. Now, they could be automatic or single,
Um,
but the order came out, you had to have a single shot. Every bullet you used, you had to pull the trigger because it was on automatic. And before they let go of this trigger, they used up a whole clip. And then you'd run out of ammo, and they couldn't resupply you, then you were in trouble. So that's what they did. Those are the ones that they're fighting all the time with all these massacres in the country, the AR-15s. Now that was a gunship.
That's pretty nice.
That was I had to get used to my
Isn't it?
little camera.
Yeah.
This was it looks like after they dropped the 500-pound bomb
I say it looks like a bomb or something went off
in there and blew it up. Yeah. See it?
oh, wow.
That's
That
it.
was in the jungle? And that's
Yeah.
what it ended up looking like?
Yeah. Then you find their rice and their hay and their straw and stuff. We come upon them, then we destroy them.
Are you in North Vietnam at this point?
No. We were way down in near Siagon most of the time. Yeah. I said, what you do to them? You burn it. And they wouldn't be happy. Off there in the distance again, you can see the smoke from B-52 raids. Burning all that stuff. Taking a break and sweating.
It's hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit.
The fellow on the right is the radio operator. The one on the left is our sergeant.
Remember their names?
I don't remember but there was Sergeant Talley. Those are grays. They didn't dig them, they covered it up like that.
Want some water then?
That was the,
This is walking through the rice paddy. What's that, Kristen?
those weren't Americans though.
No.
Those were the gooks, the bad
Yeah,
ones?
yeah, the bad ones or whoever they had killed, yeah.
Good, want any water?
Thank you.
Is that
I got
Chinook?
it.
Yeah, there's Chinooks there, huh?
Those are the Chinooks. Yeah. Now they would bring in the artillery hanging from them. I have pictures of them. They'd land. Here, see the 105 Howitzer hanging below it?
Yeah.
They'd come in, they'd lower it down, they'd unhook that, and they'd get up, they'd go get another one. And then they'd bring in a whole pallet of stuff of artillery, the rounds and everything would come in with those choppers. And we flew on them too.
Now this is all in that similar area as that city?
Yep,
Yeah.
on the outskirts out in there. No matter how high we flew, the doors were open, we were right there.
Did your phone fall and hit the coffee?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The river.
There's that nice clean river.
Oh, they always were clean.
Yep.
Now you can see choppers below us
Oh yeah.
flying.
I really just was there for a shot.
Yeah. We were up pretty high this time. I don't know where we were going that we were that high.
And you're leaning out taking pictures?
What's that?
And you're leaning out taking pictures.
Well, from there, I was close enough that I could take these pictures.
Did you have like a strap or you just...
No straps, nothing.
You're so safe.
Oh, nothing.
I
It's
figured,
the
but-
60s. Oh, that's that
No
mountain again?
seatbelts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's like
Sorry.
all the time.
Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people that
Car seats,
were
nothing.
there,
Yeah.
look at the mess there.
What happened there, Dad?
No, we're
Nobody cleaned it
in a
up.
holding area. It's like a soccer field or something. We're camped out there. If somebody needed us, we could leave from there and go and back them up. Now that's a LOH, low observation helicopter. That guy would go up with a colonel or so, and they'd scout out an area and they'd see what we're going to do the work, where we're going to be going. That's a plane that Mr. T flew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a C-130, and that's what he flew.
I think that's what Papa worked on,
Yeah,
right?
they. He was not over there when I was there. He came in after I left. But if he would have been there when I was there, I could have been flying on a plane that he was piloting.
And it was a cargo? Or
Yeah,
like-
oh, they troop carried it, everything. They were just everything.
Mr. T was Air Force?
Air Force.
Yeah. Did the Viet Cong have an air presence? Or were they mostly land-based?
No air down there from the Viet Cong. Now here we're loading onto this C-130 to go. 131, we're gonna go going somewhere. Loading this up. Now that's a 123. That's just a two-prop one. That's a smaller one. They could load a 3/4 ton truck and a water trailer, another trailer onto it. Yeah, the 130. And then the little one here, 123.
Is it just a dirt runway?
No,
No.
nope. Right there's an F4, a couple F4 Phantoms taking off.
Oh.
That's down at Benoit Air Force Base. And that's one of the outposts going around the post.
Looks like a mess.
And there's the jets.
Whoops.
Some that didn't make it. Those are the old prop jobs. MP, entrance. The girls riding those bicycles. Oh, we're down at the boat, the harbor again. We're in the Siagon.
Siagon?
Yeah.
You'd always come back to that same base?
Oh yeah. That was our home base, and then these are the deuce and a halves.
When you would go out like that, when you would go out and you were in the jungle, how long would you be gone for?
You didn't know.
You didn't know.
You never knew. These here are all the deuce and a halves. Oh, there was my locker. And where I
Who you got in your pictures
Yeah,
there?
Hey, who was that? Who was the?
Marjorie and
I
my,
was gonna say, I think it's Margie.
that could be Keith.
And this is Margie?
I believe so.
It looked like it.
Kind of, yeah, but it
Yeah.
didn't look.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then they had the,
Cousins.
and then you had the
Looks
netting,
like-
you got inside the netting.
Is that like a house up top?
Yeah, those pictures of home up top.
What's that? Yeah. I had
It looks
a
like
different-
snow.
What's that?
Are these
Snow.
pictures of like home?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because it looks like a house with
Mm.
snow on
The
it.
house on Lion Street.
yeah,
The brick house on
Oh,
Lion
yeah.
Street that they
Yeah.
lived in.
yeah.
This looks like maybe Uncle
Could been.
This looks like Lion
Somebody.
Street.
That looks
That's
like Grandma
family
and
again.
Grandpa. That looks
Yeah.
like Grandma and Grandpa, like Cloder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was? Is it just like a suitcase or something?
That was our bunk. That was where we kept our gear and that. And then my
So
tent.
you always left it here, and then
Oh
you
yeah,
go out
that
and
this
come
stuff
back.
stayed. And the cot on the left side of it, it was mine. And that was a mosquito netting you got inside. Otherwise, the mosquitoes would carry you away.
Would you get any sort of mail from the?
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
That looks like mail on your bed right there.
Yeah,
They deliver it to this base.
the base said we could get it there.
Yeah.
We were out in the field. If you're out there for more than 5 days or so, they would bring the mail out to you. Otherwise, it would be there when you got back. You get it.
Didn't we find Grandma Zahner? Your mom wrote you every day.
Yeah, my mom wrote every day.
Wow.
Now that was her.
That's where you'd sleep.
Yeah, and then I see my can thing up on the top there, that shiny thing. That was the thing you ate in.
Oh.
And then the bunker, all the sandbags were there for the facing out. So that was the first one going in.
Oh yeah.
And then you had the floor was all that metal put together, and it's all holes.
How warm was it? Do you remember?
And that was, then they got up, they started building more. That's where we would eat in there then.
How warm was it?
Oh, 890s, 100. Humidity was probably 90%.
And this is still like, what, January, February, March?
Oh, it was hot all the time. It was
Yeah.
either hot and wet, or hot and dry.
Did it get worse as it went into the summer months, or did it all stay the same?
It
pretty
got
much?
a little bit hotter, but it was always hot and
Yeah.
humid. This year is the mess hall line. That fellow was on light duty, so he sat there as a guard. If anything suspicious happened out, he was there. And that's where we would wash our cans that we ate in our mess kit.
Oh, you kept your own stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now this year was the wiring that they put on for the perimeter.
That was gonna stop someone from coming over?
Yep. All the wire, the concertina wire, the stuff with the wheel.
Did they ever get close to the camp?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they
Or in the
that's the
camp?
stuff that they use at the prisons now with those sharp blades and everything.
No,
That's what that stuff was.
they put it on the,
Yeah, that was it there. This is inside the mess hall. This is a cooking area, and this is where the officers got to sit in there and eat there. And right there was a serving dish. They'd serve the food there. Those are the bunkers. Somebody'd have to be out there all the time, day and night. They'd be in those bunkers. Yep. Tent City. Okay. This guy was wounded. Shrapnel exploded. We're out in the field. And got him. And he came back. They brought him back to where I was. And patched him up. And I believe that's the one he was losing blood, a lot of blood. And I started a plasma, blood thinner, just started it in his vein. And put him on a chopper, and he was gone, and then he did come back. Yeah.
You didn't get to go home after that?
No, he's back.
Wow.
No. This
What would
is
have to happen what kind of injury? Like a,
worse.
yeah,
Injury, amputation,
yeah.
something like that. This year now as we're building up the camp more and more.
Something that pretty much debilitated you from continuing to fight in the war,
Yeah.
right? That's when they would send you home.
Yeah. Here they had how many miles it was to different towns.
Miami.
Always had to have some,
That's funny.
New Orleans.
always had humor. Okay, now, these are the Vietnamese girls that would come in and work. They would clean up. Then we had they had their trays and everything there. And they would clean up and take care of everything. But during the day, they could pace off where they were, how far it was to this place, how far there, and they'd put it together and they'd go home at night and tell the guys, and they'd know where to try to lob their mortars at us.
Spies.
And they'd let them come in. Here they are building more. They kept building it up. Oop.
You had it out, Kristen?
Yeah, I gotta keep going then.
To be continued, huh?
Yeah, so I'll have to come again sometime.
Okay. You've seen them though, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been a while though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll call you later, Dad, about Sunday.
Okay.
Do you think you'd maybe want to come up to our house?
Yeah. It'd be easier for you.
If it would be okay for you to have a good day, we can do that maybe, okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you then later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
You're good. You can go from it.
All right, bye, Kristen.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Take care. We'll see you.
Yep.
Bye, Kristen.
This is just on the camp. They kept building. Then we started getting cement pads to put the tents on. And then eventually things were built. Oh, here we go with the rainy season. As you can tell.
So you did bring it.
There's a Huey flying in. and it would pour. So if you were out in the field, you were just out in the field. Now you can see the shower is getting better. Way out in the distance, you see that big long tank on the top?
Yeah.
That was a wing tank from an airplane. They would fill that up, and that would get warm. They always fill them up in the morning. It's just raining pretty good right now. Yep. Out riding around in the Jeeps, anything, you just got soaked. There's the choppers coming in.
Who's that?
I don't know, but I think nowadays he'd be LBGQQ. Oh, there's the barber shop. If you get a good clip in there. Another one of our medics. Oh, we get meat from the downtown, and I think it came from the government, and we'd have a cookout. These are all people from the medics.
Is that guy wearing a towel?
Yep.
Looks like it.
Yeah, wrapped around them. The fellow here on the right with the shorts eating, that's a lieutenant.
Got some Budweisers.
Yeah. The other one is a specialist. They were all officer, everything, we're all
They
around.
got the peel tops.
He's got an oil can.
Oh no, it's his apron.
Yeah. We had a big party.
Look at all the Budweisers.
Oh, they're gonna dump some beer on top of the lieutenant.
Oh, what's it got?
Yeah,
Good.
we had some pretty good food.
Yeah.
Another one of one of the Jeeps we drive around in.
How was like the spirit? Like, what were you guys? Like,
Everybody's using pretty good spirits.
what was like the? Did you guys feel like you were like winning? Like, did you feel like you're making progress?
No,
No.
I don't think we knew that.
What was going on
It was
really?
ridiculous because we go in because the infiltration, all these Vietnamese people were helping, were working. We don't know English. They'd hear what's going on. They'd go out and they'd tell their guys what's going on.
Yeah.
They knew where we were going to be going. So as we went to move into an area, they moved out. Go in here, nothing there.
Who was?
We leave, they move back in.
Yeah.
So it was a no-win situation.
Who was making the call that let them come into your camps and like
The military, the government,
way higher up?
yeah.
That was one of the big critiques, was that there was no clear objective.
Right.
Yeah.
There's the garbage guys. They would track out, they would know exactly where everything was. Power lines were going up then.
Power lines? Wow, serious.
There, see them? They had generators.
Mm.
Yeah. He's a Spec 5, he's a medic.
Super cola.
Yeah.
Orange soda.
Big one of the big sodas we had over there was RC Cola.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's not even a flip top. It's the can opener one. You had to put the triangle hole in it.
Yeah. That was a barber shop again. All our tents. That was a mess hall. Look, it's getting dark. Look like it's gonna rain again. Sleeping.
Who's that?
I don't know who it was, one of the guys. Now, this guy here was a reporter. him and the photographer went with us. They were to record the war, and they wanted us to get into a firefight so they could record it. This was a reporter, and this was a photographer. And they wanted us to get into a firefight so bad. And we told them we go somewhere else. We don't want that. Then we had our own cooler, and they'd come in with ice. And I think, oh, there's the monkey.
Yeah,
We had,
is that a mo-
yeah, we had a monkey.
A little friend you made?
That's another, the tents. Oh, down at showers, they got that showers like that. They made them pretty nice.
I was gonna say that was brand new.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
he
these,
is.
some of the pictures they had. Mom wanted the pictures of me with the uniform with the Spec 4 on it, what I was wearing.
Your mom did?
Yeah, they wanted these pictures. Now, see, this is the original Army uniform. Those aren't the jungle fatigues.
That's straight out of GQ.
I was gonna say that you look like Top Gun.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that guy? He wanted his picture too?
He could belong to the Qs, I don't know. Yeah,
Reading your letters from home?
yeah. Oh, there's a cooler filled up with Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, some PBR.
Yeah. Oh, there we are doing the sandbags. Yeah. And if it wasn't mud, it was dry. Just dusty. There's a cement mixer. They're pouring cement.
What was the time frame you were there? Like how long?
What was that?
How long were you there? What years? Or
Oh, I
months?
was there from January of '66 to December '66.
So a full year.
Yeah. I think it was about 8 or 9 days shy of a year.
Oh.
And then you went home.
Home for 30 days. I went back to Fort Sam for 6 more months.
And
Finished
then,
my.
and then that's all you
That
had
was
to
it.
required?
That's all I had to do.
Well, not all, but that's what you required.
Yeah.
Boy, it's getting nicer.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Sandbags.
Oh, that looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, it was just a riot. Yep. Oh, there I'm all bandaged up. I got hit in the head with a sledgehammer. The head. I was holding the stake for the guy to put it in.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm holding it and the thing fell off and fell down on my head and cut my head open.
Thought you were gonna say you got in a bar fight.
Yeah. And I didn't even get a Purple Heart. Here are the girls that cleaning our trays. Yep.
They look nice.
Learning all our secrets.
Oh, they were always friendly. This guy is, we called him Pappy. He's a lifer. And I drove him a lot to town, all over. I'd be his driver.
How'd you get to be a driver?
I don't know. He told me to drive him.
Who was you? Do you remember like the names of the people you were friends with
Not too many, no.
on base? No. Just Pappy.
Yeah, I knew him as Pappy. I think that maybe it was a PX, I don't know. Oh, there's a chapel. Behind there, that white building,
Yeah.
that was a chapel. That was a medic. That was our aid station. Oh boy, some more rain.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset. He's got the flak jacket on.
What was that?
That was a protector. It was like what Manny wears.
Oh, bulletproof vest?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was my head where he cut me.
Oh,
Oh man.
they had to shave it?
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm going up to Japan. Pan Am.
You got a little break?
Huh?
You got a break to go to Japan?
Yeah. Right, R&R. Yeah. We landed in Taipei.
Oh.
Yeah. We could get off the plane. We could add a Volkswagen over here.
Is that a hotel?
Yeah, like a hotel.
When was this? What month was this that you got to go? Do you remember?
No, I don't really remember. The original slides may have the date when it was processed,
August. It says August.
but then it would have been August. Hello? Hi. Yep.
I forgot what it goes through. I was
Yeah.
like, how is he
Okay.
It's incredible.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay, bye. Now this is Japan. Some of it's not that interesting.
It's interesting how much it's so much more developed and like I knew it was like a third world country where you were before kind of, but like the difference between the two places, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Didn't you see somebody when you were in Japan? Or
Yeah.
no? Who'd you see? Did you
The,
get to that? Oh, that's pretty.
This
Oh.
is a church that we have over there. And these are the kids that go to the church. That was the inside of the church. And the outside,
No. You have to Jerry.
Did you bring anything with you, like from the church or anything, to read, or was it just what they had there?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fella. He and his wife and family lived there. He was a minister, and he kind of run the place here.
Does that big bike have training wheels?
And that's his wife there. I don't know what the sign said, so don't ask me.
Says something Apostolic Christian Church.
Yeah, up on top. Japanese man that was there.
And there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one of those girls, I believe the one on the left, was here in America, and she was in Rockville for a while. We got to know her. And she took me to a department store and was able to translate everything. And I bought a wide angle and a telephoto lens for my camera. And I had that, and she took me to a Japanese restaurant. It was quite an experience. You sat on the floor, legs crossed, not the way I usually eat, but it was, you dipped your food into raw egg and all this here. Boy, I tell you,
Was it good? Did you like the food?
oh, I don't know.
Do you still have that camera?
Oh, I got rid of it then.
But that's where you also got the dishes, right? And the
Yes,
dolls and stuff.
yeah.
Those
Oh,
dishes,
yeah.
I think you have one of the sets, Matt.
I haven't said one yet.
This was going out to the country church. It was quite a country. Now that was the famous mountain in Europe,
Oh, Mount Fuji.
Fuji. Yeah, this
Yep.
is a church out. This is a church out in the country. There is Mount Fuji there. The streets were a little narrow, right close to the road. This was back in.
So when you were in Japan, was that just kind of like a break for you guys?
Yeah,
or
it was
were you-
like what they called it R&R,
Oh, okay.
rest and recuperation. You could go different places. This Camp Zama again that we got into. Oh boy, here we are. We're back.
R&R is over.
Yeah. Along these roads here, there's smoke from something that probably blew up some kind of a mine. All the different equipment. The money that they spent over there is just unbelievable. Yeah. Here's it. That's where they did the water, and everybody go down there to get water. That would be all the communications with all the antennas up.
Oh, yeah.
That's the trailer, in the back of this deuce and a half. The rice paddies. These are the guards. They'd have these things up here by the bridges. They were supposed to protect the bridges so they didn't get blown up. But it was a farce. See, they're working in the rice paddy over here on the right. Yeah.
I think it's in Vietnamese.
Did you eat a lot of food that was like local food, or did they ship everything in to you guys?
Well, we ate some of the local food.
Okay. But like, what would you have at camp?
Local food. They
Yeah.
know we had their food, our food.
Your food. Okay.
But at the beginning, it was all canned.
Yeah.
Everything was canned. Powdered milk, powdered eggs. Yeah.
Are they
It's not
MREs?
No, we had the sea rations. Back
Oh.
then, it was sea rations. And they were better than the other food. So we used to eat sea rations instead of the other stuff. The sea rations were, a big case would come with about 12 meals in each case. That box was marked on the outside when it was in. It was 1944.
Oh man.
That's what we ate.
What what war was that?
From First World War.
That's where
From
the
Second World
was
War.
it extra stuff?
Yeah, it was left over.
Right.
You're not gonna let anything go to waste.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna move over. Lay that over here. Here you go.
So that's what it was. Now we're waiting to get water here at Camp Martin Cox.
This
That's
is
the
the main
camp we were in that camp.
That's not the first camp, or that is the first camp that you've been at the whole time?
That was the one that we helped build up.
Oh, okay. Who's Martin Cox?
I don't know. Now that's a caribou plane landing.
Is it
That's
fun?
the one that would land and take off on a short airstrip it could go. But it didn't carry that much. Pappy, getting ready to go somewhere.
What does that say?
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp. Wear your uniform with pride.
Hoorah.
All their communication stuff they had. Yeah, that was the main gate.
Was there anybody at camp that was at basic with you? Was it the same people?
No,
No.
no. The planes flying all around.
What's the story you said about the helmet thing? When they gave you a helmet and people were yelling at you? What color helmets? Purple helmets or green helmets?
Oh, at the beginning when we first went into service, had grape heads. We'd get in service and this guy with a purple helmet on, screaming and howling at you what to do. When we found out, the next day, we had the helmets on howling at the guys that were coming in behind us.
Who's that?
Jake, I don't know who it was. It was somebody.
Familiar.
These are some of the guys that we were with.
That's Tom?
That's Jake and Tom.
These are all. Is
What are you guys doing?
that the end of it, Glenn?
You too.
No, she knocked mine over because she moved the phone and it fell over and hit my coffee cup.
Jake, Tom, and Dale.
But
They didn't call you. They didn't call you Captain Zeke over there, did they?
I was Doc.
Okay.
Everybody knew me. Knew me as Doc. Planes coming in. Better time to tie down the tents. Make sure they're down. Oh, there's a dog with the monkey.
He found himself a nice little friend there.
These cans in front here, they could have been fuel cans, they could be anything, but they were used for water for us. Okay, now we were out on a mission here. But get back to this here, how they called you Doc. My first operation that I went on, we were in the tall jungle grass. Tall, it was hotter than time. And they got a firefight. Next thing you know, they said, send Doc up. Doc, they need you up front. So I went up there. There was a guy laying there gurgling. His breathing was gurgled. And he had red spots on his uniform. I opened it up. He had a wound here. So I got his shirt off and I rolled him over to see what we had. If it was an exit wound. He had this, his back was opened up that big and around, open that far. It was a hollow point bullet. Went in and just exploded. So I got out a bandage. I had it on there, I was wrapping him up, tying the bandage, and he died in my arms. It was my first patient. I said, that's when you know it's the real world. we were running an operation down in what they call the Rungsock zone. It was a lot of water, and we set up an outpost, a base. That's what we worked out of, and I was out there with that. We're filling sandbags.
Going back to that story, yeah, you remembered that guy's name, right?
Yeah, we got the pictures of him. Ted Machikas. Theodore Machikas. He had less than 90 days left and he was going to be going home.
Oh man.
Yeah. Some jets flying over.
What was the name of I forget what his title was, but that you got the medal for. What was his name, or what was his title? Was that captain or?
Oh, I didn't get it for him. I got it for the guy I was treating at that time.
Oh.
I got it from him.
What was his title?
He was just an infantryman, and he got pinned down, and I was with him, and the bullets are flying over the top of us, and it killed the lieutenant on the other side of me. The bullets that killed the lieutenant went over the top of us. So if we wouldn't have been laying down as slow as we were, we'd have got it. So you just ate dust all the time. Whenever you got into a firefight, you didn't care what was there. Here they let a bomb, they sent a round out there that exploded along the base, the tree line.
How do they even harvest rice?
I don't know. They're doing it here.
Is it like the cranberry bombs?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is it?
Is it like the
I don't
cranberry
know.
bombs that they flood it and make it, and they can,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's the top?
Oh.
Does rice float? Rice doesn't float though.
How these kids come, but where they come from is beyond me. And
Right,
the
had a
women,
hat like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not easy.
I'm gonna bring that, you can take that to Boston with you.
You have those still?
Don't give that to Zach. That's to me and you.
had a couple dogs.
Shepherds.
Are they in part of Army? The Army
Yeah,
dogs?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Then they had the river boats, the launches.
Oh.
They're working all this stuff. We get on those boats and they take you up way into the riverways and drop it, and you go off into the water. You're in water 24/7. Okay, it's interesting. I didn't bring it up yet. It was a pink, that was a purple flare, smoke. We ended up, they learned quick. When the choppers were coming in, they'd say, "Pop a smoke." We used to pop the smoke. And then the cop would say, "I got a red one. There's two red."
Oh man.
So now you knew that they had communication. They
Yeah.
knew. So now,
So then he'd have to figure out which one was
Ian.
the right one.
from then, they would tell us, we'd say we're popping a smoke, a red one, and they'd go look for it. Well, we got two of them. So now they did it. We popped the smoke and they identified it. And if they saw two of them,
They weren't.
the gunships would come in and
Yeah.
raise Cain. So that's what it was with the.
Oh, they were listening to your communication?
Oh, sure. Now, see, these guys, I call them kamikaze pilots. What they did with those choppers nowadays, you get, in civilian life, you'd be in trouble. How slow,
How low they were?
yeah, low they
Yeah.
would do it. Now, they were practicing repelling into the jungle off the Chinook over there.
Is there people getting on and off it?
Yeah. And down the cliffs off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know what these kids are up to. The patrol boats going up and down the river.
American or
American.
Navy? Yeah.
Yeah, he was a medic with us. I believe his last name was Grimes.
Golly, who's he?
Oh yeah, he was a character. He threw a knife.
This guy's a character?
Yeah, he was a fun.
When you came back, did you ever have like contact info to like get anybody, like send anybody?
Nothing.
So these guys have no clue that these pictures are like they have all these pictures of them.
No, we never did. This was something that the French had built, and then it was destroyed through war, and we set up along the river.
The French? Did the French do this here in Vietnam also?
Oh yeah,
Really?
they were there first. They couldn't do it, they got out, so we went in.
I don't think I knew that part of the history.
This was our little forward aid station, forward base station. The Swamp Rats.
What does it say? Swamp rats? What's
Swamp
that?
rat- swamp rats.
First?
Headquarters 1st Battalion, 18th
Oh.
Infantry. We called ourselves the Swamp Rats then, because that's what they did. That was an interpreter. Now, we would burn our trash, and these people come in here and get the trash while it's burning. You can see here, we were told not to let them do that.
What are they trying to get?
Anything that was food.
Oh.
They were going in there, sorting through the stuff, whether it was hot or cold or what. They were in there getting it. So then we handed it out to them. Yeah. Give them a whole meal.
What is it? Like is that the sea ration?
Yeah. Each one of those is a sea ration. You got meat, crackers, a 4-pack of cigarettes,
Oh.
toilet paper, salt and sugar and salt and pepper, a P38, and
38.
the can opener.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah. And we give those out. And they're out there. Then they'd shoo them away. And they come back, going through it. Sad.
Oh, you're hungry.
And the choppers are all lined up there. Yeah. Tidal, the river will go up and down.
Sorry.
Okie up.
Who's that guy?
It's one of the Q boys.
Who you got?
That's where we would stay. Oh boy.
That looks like the T.S. Kennedy out there.
Hi.
Huh? Looks like the Kennedy, the maritime ship,
Yeah.
in the last picture.
I was up flying around for something again. That's usually have like fishing nets up to catch fish. I don't know why we're fighting for that war. Is it? Which one is that one now?
Which number are we?
Yeah.
6, I think?
Okay.
Or 7? 6 or 7?
Now you get the dirty water. See, it's all swamp.
Are you okay? There was 6.
How many are there?
There's 9, but it looks like the last 2 are like back home here.
When you've had enough, let me know.
Are you good? Do you need a break?
What's that?
Do you need a break?
Water?
I get a little bit. Thank you.
There's water right here for you, Mom.
It is?
At what point did you see Roger? Did you say you saw him in Vietnam?
In November.
November?
Yeah. Howdy. See now, all along this river, that's some village that I don't know what they're doing there, but they're in that area.
I thought I was going through it.
Here we go. It's better here. Yeah, it's better.
They set up these triangles and that's where they live. We're coming into land. They got the artillery set up there and they're hanging on to the canvas.
Okay, you're right in somebody's.
Yeah, their
village.
compound we set up there for support in the area.
Is that you, Mark?
I don't think it was.
It's not.
Okay. Now this guy here, he didn't learn his lesson. I think this was his second or third time coming back for penicillin shots. Do I say any more?
Now,
No,
anybody
tell
knows
us.
what that is?
Sure. Well, he's sick, right? You had something, right?
Huh? He had a runny nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was fooling around with the Vietnam.
Oh, it was the chickies.
Yeah.
Yep,
What'd he get?
he got syphilis.
Oh.
So we gave him penicillin. But it
Penicillin?
came
Does
in
that work for syphilis?
pre-loaded syringes. So you take it in your hand, and take a pencil, and you rub it back and forth like this and warm it up.
Really?
Yeah, then it'll go in easier. But on the second time, the second and third time, you didn't warm it up for him because he didn't learn a lesson. We put it in cold, and about his eyeballs about pop out of his head. Initially, we had tetracycline. When I first got there, we used to use tetracycline all the time. They called it the no sweat pill. They'd take it before they go downtown. Then they wouldn't get a runny nose. But the problem was, it just disguised it and it was building up inside of them. And it got worse.
Oh.
So they took the tetracycline away from us as medics. We couldn't give out the tetracycline as an antibiotic.
I'm confused. Is runny nose a symptom of syphilis?
No, he's using it as an
Oh,
acronym
gotcha.
or
Okay.
metaphor.
The pointer would be leaking, draining.
Gotcha.
I got a runny nose all the time.
This Jeep got blown up in the town just outside our base camp. He was carrying a sergeant and an officer, a high officer. And they wanted to get him. And they blew it up. Now you see that pipe that goes up the front of that Jeep? Goes up and it goes out on an angle?
Yeah.
That was to stop anything that was across the road as a trigger. It would, a lot of times the Jeeps would run with no window down and everything. And that would either go through and decapitate the person. So they put that up there to cut it. But this Jeep got blown up. Those shrapnel. You can just see all the shrapnel through it.
Both die?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Those are huge
I
rounds.
can't say it now. It was a,
What kind of guns did Big Big
Yeah.
it was a Claymore
what did they
mine.
have?
It was a Claymore mine full of bullets, pieces of metal like that.
Yeah, what kind of,
Do you know what kind of firearms they had? Like what kind of weapons they used besides all the stuff that would just blow up?
What was that?
What kind of guns did they have?
Anything they could get.
Oh, it was all
What was-
different.
Yeah,
who was backing them? Russia?
Russia, China,
The communist.
North
states,
any the
right?
communist nation would.
So who took all these pictures?
I did.
You did?
Right there's a good picture, Maddie, of a deuce and a half. That's what a deuce and a half looked like.
Oh,
But then when you went to town, it just wouldn't have the.
That would be
They
off,
take that off.
Did you call it a deuce and a half because it was
because it was a 2.5 ton.
2,500 pounds?
It was 2.5, then they had the 5 ton. They had the bigger one.
what'd they call that?
It was a 5 ton.
Cinco
the
point
big-
cinco.
A 5-ton?
And that was our bunker. If we got attacked, we'd go out there and that. Yep.
That's
And we
right.
caught a rat. They were all around. Oh, well, we won't talk about him.
No.
Now you have to.
Why not?
He
Same
belongs to
one?
the Q
I was
family.
just gonna say, was he one of the Q guys you were talking
Is
about?
that the same
Yeah.
one?
Sorry, coming in late.
LGBTQ.
Yeah.
There be QQQs.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Was he the same, is that the same picture from before?
No,
Same
it's
guy?
a different one, but that's what he was.
Did you do a good job?
I don't know.
I
What
mean,
was all that? Sorry.
Hi.
Was that? Is
That's
all
all
your
the
medicine?
medicines.
That's all your medicine?
Yeah, it was right out there. We could get to it any time.
Is that the base now?
Yeah, that's it there. Then yet we're still there.
so you run out of medical supplies often, right?
Well, we didn't really. We made out pretty good because we were fortunate not to get into a lot of fights and would use up a lot of supplies. We were fortunate. Oh, this is out on the perimeter.
Petals.
Right up there is one that's up on the hill. They'd be up there day and night.
This is the same place now, right? Now the grass has grown back a little bit and
Yeah.
stuff?
So you
Yeah.
just brought over a ton of film, or were you able to buy film there?
Buy film there.
Yeah.
So you see, we were up on the berm, and he's got the machine gun there sitting there, and I took the picture.
Coke, the old Coke with the triangle stuff?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's the
You
aid
guys had a
station.
lot of pictures. You must have been a medic or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Another medic.
They were most of my medics were around there. Yeah.
So I've seen a couple of different people have cameras. Did a lot of people carry cameras with them?
They could, but not with them. I don't think a lot of them carried them out in the field like I did,
Oh, okay.
because they had their
Yeah, they had a
all
lot.
the ammo pouches were filled with ammo.
Right.
I got a big, heavy plastic container that carried the batteries for radios. And I could put the camera in that, wrap it up, and put it in one of the ammo pouches, and it would stay dry. So that's how I got as many pictures as I did. We were lining up to do a operation. Yeah, see, all along here now we'd stop, and the kids would come there, buy soda. Or you want boom, 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 boom. You know, they're trying to lure you in to do this stuff. dirty pictures they'd have for you. And you try to talk to them, they say, me don't understand. So one day one of the guys was saying that, and all of a sudden he says, look out! And the kid turned right around to see what was going on. He could hear. He was just trying to disguise it. He doesn't know how to, he could hear every word we were talking. See, that was identification on the bumper. 1st to the 18th.
I think it's huge.
Is there anybody in your team were killed over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting lined up to go on a trip, going on an operation somewhere. Yep.
Pictures are in really good shape.
Where's that?
That's one of the little outposts that they had,
Oh.
and they sent 5 of us out to there for a couple days to monitor what's going on. Mud, mosquitoes, rats, you name it, and they had it there.
Birds of paradise.
They would sleep in those little hoochers there. That's what it looked like from in between. Yeah, it's pretty primitive out there.
Tropical.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What? Oh, boy.
Rat.
There he is.
Yeah,
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
That guy was just walking around with bare feet.
Oh, yeah. Your feet were stronger than your shoes.
And these were said it was tray 6, but they're not. I'm just gonna try to take this one out just to see what it is. It's alright. There were some that were loose and they said they were part of this tray, but there's no room for them, so.
Keep going.
Yeah.
It's not going to come out until you, won't come out until you get to the end.
None
If
of
you
this-
want to get to the end, you push this down.
Oh,
Now you can turn it to get to the end. Oh, you got to keep it down.
oh. That's not how I've been taking it. I've just been pulling them out. They've been coming right out. Alright. Alright. This one.
That's because we're at the end.
Oh, we weren't at the end?
No, there was a couple more to go yet, that's all.
Oh.
How many things have you gone through?
This is number 7.
That's where we slept.
7, 5, 6, whatever.
Lots and lots.
And that's where we had a radio set up. And the muddy. The 2 interpreters that were with us,
Who's with you there?
Who's with you on
Yeah.
those?
what's that?
Who was with you on those slides?
The interpreters.
Let me get you a bullhorn.
Now we're back on another trip. If you notice those barriers,
Okay,
they go here, they kind of back and forth.
yeah,
They go here, up, over, down. That's where the jets would go. They would be separated. So if they hit one, it wouldn't get a whole bunch of them. We're getting to go on a operation, and the big boys are getting in there, checking it out.
where are you now? Where,
This is Benoit Air Force Base.
Benoit?
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Why?
What are they, like?
Because we're going on operation. I'm the medic. I'm
Oh.
with them.
Oh.
So I got to go with them.
Are they lining up to go somewhere?
Yeah, we're lining up to go somewhere.
Oh, I see now, the jet.
Yeah, see the way the jets are?
Mhm. What are all the,
That's how they have it. So in that deuce and a half, that long trailer would be just piled in there.
you know, all these,
Oh, the
barrels?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what they.
Could be Agent Orange.
Oh,
Oh.
that's what it was?
Hi?
Is that how they stored it?
Yeah. It was in barrels.
Well, they did. They just dropped the barrels and
No, they dumped that into the plane so they could spray them.
right.
Spray it.
So they almost sprayed it like a pesticide or something.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing,
No,
right? I was
they-
killing the
They,
vegetation.
they'd have the things hanging out the side of the plane or the
Yeah,
helicopter, and they'd turn it on and it would just spray.
And that's what Kobe said, it was killing the vegetation, so
Yeah.
that you could have a...
That was the intention, so you could find them, right?
You can see
Right,
it.
to
Yeah.
kill it.
So they didn't light it on fire.
No, sometimes they burn some of the stuff, but,
I always
That
thought
was
they
neat.
lit it on fire.
That was napalm,
Oh, napalm.
right?
oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. like
That was
napalm.
that was
Agent
another thing that
Orange.
was
Oh.
introduced in the Vietnam War, right?
Yeah.
Do
We
you
had
have
one.
other times when
We
you
had napalm. They dropped the napalm close to us once. It took the air right out of the. You just sucked the air right away from you. You couldn't breathe for a couple seconds because it would just burn so fast.
'Cause it
You
ate
needed
us
so
some
much oxygen that you wouldn't get any.
Holy cow.
But the worst was when they brought those big 500-pound bombs in. We had them where the plane would go over. I don't know how high above the treetops they were, but between that plane and the treetops, that bomb was loose. You could see the bomb was loose.
You mean it was dropping?
Yeah, it was out of the plane and it was going to land ahead of us. So if they misjudged,
Oh,
you know what would happen. And that's what happened, times. Yep. Yes, I knew I had a picture of that.
How did they store, like, fuel for the planes? And they probably bring in larger
I
tanker.
don't know what they had. They had them big tanks, but
Yeah, not like that.
no.
That was definitely.
Yeah, go back to that picture, just because I'm just curious if we need to have any documentation, you know?
It's not like they weren't like labeled or anything. It's just kind of there.
Well, they might have been labeled, but
Yeah.
you couldn't see them from where we were.
Right. And that's what the barrels were too. stacked
I
on
believe
back.
that's what they were.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have, well, but you probably would have been more exposed to it actually in the field, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did it work to kill the
Yeah.
vegetation? Yeah.
Yes, they run a big operation in a former airstrip there, and they were gonna run air. Here comes the caribou in. C-130, C-123.
Just hanging out for a while at the air. Getting
Yeah.
shot. And what's all that?
Ammunition.
Oh,
See, it's all in straps, and then
Wooden
the
boxes.
Chinooks, the Chinooks come and pick it up and take it wherever they need it. Oh, there they are bombing now with the B-52s. See, this was a French colony at one time. There's a dust-off helicopter over there.
So that, you know how you said that you didn't wear anything that had like the medic symbol on it? So like those
Those
helicopters and like the trucks before that had the cross on it, do those stay at base so that way they wouldn't know, or?
they would be there, the choppers would fly, but you never knew. They would shoot at anything,
No.
unfortunately. Yeah, muddy. So we were set up.
Somebody's undies?
Hi,
Is that somebody's undies?
yeah, underpants. I didn't wear them,
You didn't wear underwear?
no,
You went
Cause-
commando?
because,
That's why they call it that.
what's that? I didn't hear you.
I said you went commando, and he said that's why they call it that.
They would get wet. Your uniform dry, your underpants would stay wet,
You get all chafed up.
and then you get the crotch rot.
Can't wear
Angry,
that.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Makes sense.
you didn't wear them. The only problem is you ripped your pants and everything was hanging out.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There he is.
Who's that, Roger?
Roger.
How excited were you when you saw him? How excited were you when
I
you saw
can't
him?
remember. It was just unbelievable. You couldn't put words to it.
Tell the story again. I forget. Tell the whole how it happened.
Oh. We were up in Tain where his base camp is right on the outskirts of Tain. And we were in a soccer field while we were waiting for backup for a company that was going in to conquer this, to go up this mountain that was supposed to be full of Viet Cong. And we were there to back them up.
How did you know he was there?
I knew his company, that was a battalion that he was in. So,
From like letters from your mom, or like how would you have known?
with him, I communicate with him.
Oh, you could? You could
Yeah.
call him?
No, I didn't call him by letters.
Letters.
So,
Which was probably very delayed.
yeah.
So you could have moved.
So what I did was they said I could take the Jeep. I told them I wanted to do it, and they says, okay. So I took the Jeep and I went on post. Rode around and I found the PX. And we were standing now out this walkway. It was all lined up with people going into the PX, because that's what Roger ran, was the PX. So I just walked by all of them.
PX is the what is PX?
What's the PX?
Post Exchange,
Oh,
which is a PX, which is where you buy all your goodies.
okay.
You know, anything you want.
A little general store.
Yeah, like a general. So I stuck my head in there, and he was at the cash register. And I said, hey, Moser. Hey, Moser. He turned. He looked. He dropped everything. And he come running in the door. At that point, they could have walked away with his PX, and they would have never known it. So I talked to him about a minute, and I says, I'll come back tonight.
Is that when you took these pictures?
So I came back, and we took these pictures. And I said, I'll come back tomorrow night because this operation was just starting. The next morning or during the day, we got moved to another area. They wanted us somewhere else. We packed up and flew somewhere else. Never got to see him again. It was just about, I maybe saw him about 2 hours. That's all I saw him the time we were there. And then we were gone. That was the mountain.
He wasn't fighting either, right? Like he was.
He got a job staying on post. Yeah.
Yeah. He was conscientious.
Yep.
Well,
Now this is our new area.
Whoa, that's a really good
I was
picture.
gonna say,
Hi.
What camera is that? That's like better than my.
sunlight.
Yeah, it's a good picture.
It was say a Pintex, single reflex.
Come on.
Who's the guy?
It was a single-
it's a camera, but who's that guy?
oh, he was the one I showed you the picture of him getting the shot.
Is he just posing for you?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Whoa.
That's amazing.
Do you have a pack of cigarettes in your hand?
Probably.
Hey, go back, go back. There you go. That is an like crazy picture, right?
It's incredible, yeah.
Oh.
Hey, say.
You trying to get it crazy?
Oh dear. Was that what I think it is?
What's that?
What was that last picture?
I don't know. It's probably for a foxhole or something.
Oh, it's like a grave.
We're fine.
This isn't another,
Why do it?
a French little outpost area. In the,
Oh, look at that little helicopter.
yeah, that's a LOH.
Was Mr. Tarantino, right? Was he in mission? And
Not at the same time we were.
No.
He was there the year after I was here.
What'd you call those guys?
I was saying no.
The helicopter guys.
Oh.
You must have a name for those guys.
Helicopter. Mr. T did the big one. The big ones that your dad worked on.
Oh, really?
The
Oh, I thought he was a
C-130.
helicopter.
No.
That's Hollingsworth. General Hollingsworth.
General?
Yeah,
One star? He's a one star
he's a
general?
1-star. He was there. Yeah.
Did you get the Siagon one?
I don't know. You were taking some really good pictures, Dale. I'm wondering if you should have been part of journalism or something.
Yeah, right.
What are those planes you're taking pictures of here?
We dropped the bomb.
Oh, they dropped
And that there is a LOH. No, that was the spotter. That was the one that set the flare down in smoke, and that's when the pilots would hit that smoke. Yeah. This isn't a rubber plantation, but I don't know which one.
I keep saying the French, and then I'm thinking Vietnamese, and I'm thinking banh mi,
Yeah.
thinking sandwiches and baguettes. Because that's what it was. The French brought some of their style to Vietnam. Cooking. You see videos of people be making baguettes, bread.
French dishes and yeah.
And they did their sandwiches on them with their ingredients, you know.
Careful, you just put your coffee down on
Oh, we're recording. Okay.
There's all the fuel tankers over there.
Oh, it's a nice garden.
Yeah. Is that the end of it?
Yeah, I think it is. No?
Yeah. This one I started.
That was what started?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Alright, this might be the last one.
I've never seen these
Really?
What do we got?
Good.
all these years.
3
Where you
cameras.
been?
Okay.
Where have I been? I don't know. I mean, it was always a time and whatever. Was working or something, or
Yeah.
who knows a few times that you did it over the years. Have
Right.
you guys seen it?
I've seen parts of it, but I haven't seen all of them.
It's not going.
You've seen some, not all of them.
I remember being very young at Aunt Carrie's.
Where are you? Where's this?
I don't know exactly, but it's a aid station.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's medicines and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't controlled as it is now.
No. Are you in a different? You're in a different area.
Yeah, I don't know
right?
what happened again where we were. They get moved around and. Okay, now, this is what they call the 175 Howitzer. It was on a track. That's a bulldozer blade up in the air in the back.
Oh yeah.
When they got ready to go, that would go down and they dig that in the ground. They get it set up where they're gonna go. That barrel would come up. They'd fire. The whole front of that track would come off the ground, and then drop back down. That thing would go up to 20 miles. That thing would fire.
What did it fire?
Big
Bombs.
Mortars.
gun, yeah, motors like that, yeah.
Was that a new thing? Like a new, like a.
It was brought in there. Yeah, I wasn't there right at the beginning. They blew up a fuel tank a farm somewhere.
And when did you when were you drafted? Like, when were you in?
I was drafted in 67, no, 65. I was in Vietnam from January to December of 66.
Why only 2 years? Is it just a 2-year?
And then I went back for 6 more months in 67, 68.
Okay. When did it start? 64?
I'm not sure.
Well, you said you were one of the first ones out there in January of '66, right?
Yeah. They were over there, but they were just starting to build up.
66?
Probably.
They're treating the villagers.
And it went to what? Almost 73?
Yeah. Yep.
What were you giving them? Some
Before
shots
you-
of
They were giving them
vaccines?
shots, yeah.
These are like Time magazine pictures. Really?
What's that uniform?
You had a tuxedo? Oh, I'm looking here.
That was what the Army wore,
That is what the army. Oh. Okay.
yeah. It was maybe a Viet Cong dressed like that to get around to get some information. Now this here is a new aid station.
It's getting high tech now.
Yeah, just before I leave.
It's got sides.
Well, at least you got to see it.
Is that a dartboard?
Was it?
That's the aid station, the new one.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
you go back? Can you go back one?
More?
Right there on the wall.
Maybe.
What
What's
is-
that?
Looks like an eye chart. Though.
Yeah, this looks like it. You don't know what those are?
No.
Or-
Color chart?